Yeah. So AWS is Amazon Web Service is a cloud provider. They provide you with servers and services that you can use on demand and scale easily. AWS has revolutionized IT over the time. AWS powers some of the biggest websites on the world. I already told you, right? Amazon.com, Netflix are hosted in the Amazon Web Services. Okay. Yeah. The services EC2, ECR, ECS, Elastic Beanstalk, Lambda, Auto Scaling, IAM, S3, SES, RDS, Aurora, DynamoDB, Elastic Cache, SQS, SNS. So that CloudWatch, Cloud Formation, Cloud Trail, ABI Gateway, Cloud Balancing, CloudFront, Kinesis, Route 53. Yeah, guys, here you see. So 2002 internally launched, 2003 Amazon infrastructure is one of their core strength to idea to market. That Amazon company. 2004 launches publicly with SQS. 2006 relaunched with publicly with SQS, S3, EC2. These three services are started as a initially on the US region. Then 2007 launched in the Europe. Then later will they launched in the APAC, India, China, something like that. So these are the biggest websites deployed in the AWS cloud. Dropbox, Airbnb, Netflix, NASA. NASA also using the AWS cloud. These are the AWS cloud number facts and use cases. So AWS enables you to build sophisticated scalable applications applicable to diverse of a set of industries. Use cases, enterprise IT, backup, storage, big data analytics, website hosting, mobile social apps, gaming, everything they are using the AWS. McDonald's, 21st Century Fox, Activision, Netflix, they are using the AWS cloud. AWS global infrastructure, you see, right? It will be APAC, EMEA, AMER. So APAC means Asia Pacific regions. EMEA means American regions. AMER means America regions. EMEA means Europe and Middle East. Okay. So entire the globe. He created the application and they link it to the regions of the data centers. So if you want a server in the US region, you can connect to the, you can switch to that region and you can directly launch the instance. So this is the biggest website. Regions, availability zones, location, local zones, points of presence, network, right? AWS regions, availability zones, data centers, edge locations. So what is the regions? These regions are North Virginia, US East North Virginia, Ohio, Canada, Oregon, Cape Town. So these are the AMER region. These are the APAC region, Asia Pacific region, Hong Kong region, Mumbai region, Seoul, Singapore, Sydney, Tokyo. These are AP East 1, AP South 1, AP Northeast 2, AP Southeast 1, AP Southeast 2, AP Northeast. So these are the EMEA region, Middle East, Europe, Canada, Frankfurt regions. AWS has a region all around the world. Name can be US East 1, EU West 3, US East 1, US East 2. So, right, a region is a cluster of data center. Region is a cluster of data center. Cluster of data centers is nothing but a number of data centers. Most AWS services are region scope. Okay, guys. Yeah. So, if you want to learn these all these guys, I have a YouTube channel. The channel name is why guys. So, Blue J Technologies. Yeah. So this is the Blue J Technologies, guys. Click that Blue J Technologies. Yeah, this is the YouTube channel, guys. So in this YouTube channel, you guys can subscribe this channel. And I uploaded the 360 degrees, 30 days, 11 or 12 hours playlist, guys. You guys can check it. This AWS 360 degrees. Yeah, you see 360-degree freshers AWS Linux batch 2 and 360 degrees freshers Linux batch 23. So guys, so you guys can you see how many videos we have? 12 videos. If you watch these videos, right, you will get a good knowledge on AWS and Linux, guys. Okay. So if you want, you guys can go to the playlist and you can use this playlist and you can watch the videos, guys. Okay. So yeah, this is the Blue Jet Technologies, guys. You guys can subscribe it. You will get that notifications whenever we. So it will be very easy. Okay, guys. Yeah. Yeah. So we are good now. So we are
Okay,
launching a
sure.
EC2. Okay. Yeah, regions. A region, so you already know, right? A region. What is the region? I will tell you real time. So this is the region. This if you select the region, right, it will automatically link up to that data center. So if you select the which region, is right. These all are the regions. If you select this region, it will automatically connect to the nearby data center. If you select this region, it will connect to the nearby data centers. It will cut to the if you select the region, it will link up to the data center. Okay, these all are the. So AMER region, Asia Pacific region, Europe and Middle East regions. These all are the regions, guys. If you click North Virginia, or if you want to, so our related to Mumbai, nearly Mumbai, right? So you can click to the Mumbai. So if you want a server in the Mumbai region, you just in the India region, you can select to the Mumbai, then you can click that one. I will show you. You mean yeah, I will show you. We are almost done. So we are near to
Sir, is there
large
any
section.
cost differences?
Yeah,
Hello,
definitely, definitely. Yes,
sir.
Vijay. Yeah, definitely. I will tell you the next slide will be a cost.
Okay, sir.
Okay, pricing. Yeah, AWS has a regions
Okay,
all around the world. Name can be US East 1, EU West 3. A region is a cluster of data center. Cluster of data center is nothing but a group of data center. Group of data centers is nothing but a number of data centers. Most AWS services are region scope. These are the region scope. Okay. Yeah, how to choose an AWS region? If you need a launch a new application, where should you do it? The compliance with the data governance and the legal requirements. Compliance with the data governance and the legal requirements. Data never leaves a region without your explicit permissions. So proximity to the customer reduces the latency. Available services with a region, a new service, new features are not available in every region. Pricing. You asked the pricing, right? Pricing varies to region and is transparent in the service pricing page. It varies from region to region. Understood? So because of the dollar value from US region is something like 888 or 87, in India 1 rupee. If you launch your web launch in the server in the US region, so you will get that price, right? So if you
okay,
want to
okay.
launch our application, if you want to launch our application India only, the people working who uses the application India. So why do we need to deploy this application in the US region? You can check it in the India region and you can deploy your application in the India region, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Doubt? Yeah. Availability zones. Each region has many availability zone. Usually three, min two, max six. Example: AP Southeast to A, AP Southeast to B, AP Southeast to C. What is this? So Sydney region. In the Sydney region, we have a three availability zone. In the every availability zone, there is a data center. This data center, this data center, this data center, this data. You see, availability zone we call it as this is the region AP Southeast to 2. Availability zone 2A, 2B, 2, 3. How many availability zones we have? Three availability zones we have. Each availability zone is one or more discrete data center with redundant power networking connected to it. There is a separate from each other so that they are isolated from disasters. They are connected with the high bandwidth, ultra low latency network. So AWS points of presence, edge locations. Amazon has 216 points of presence, 205 edge locations, level regional caches in 84 cities across the 42 countries. Content is delivered and end users with lower latency. So you see, guys. So once you develop the application, they created as a global 42 countries. So, but in the you see controllers data center. You see, this is only from India. India only we can hire 4 or 5 data centers. We can work with this data center. But his thinking, you see, right? The thinking of AWS, it will it will connect over the globe, universe. So APAC, AMER, EMEA. You see, right? How the business impact. So in the data center controllers, they think as a only India data center, India wise. But that Amazon guy think as a global. His market is something like wherever you are, you can use the AWS service and use the services. Use the services. You see the business impact. How the business impact? Understood? Yeah.
Sir, one doubt, sir.
Yeah, you can ask.
Sir, if, for example, if Netflix deploys in Mumbai region,
Mm,
so
yeah.
US region customers can US region can access the Netflix.
Where Facebook is deployed?
It's global.
Global, same like. So Netflix is deployed in the region. Is a region. Why region specific is nothing but you are. So you are specifically working for a India people, right? So our customers is the Indian guys. Okay. For example,
Yes.
S23 or whatever. This is the India. Indian guys are knows that Rummy Circle. Indian people are using this Rummy Circle. So most of the hits comes from the India only. But you deployed this application in the US region. Okay. So when you hit www.as23.com, this hit goes to the India and then cross to the US region. So there might be a network latency, right? If you deployed this application in the US region, you're targeting on India customers, but you deployed the application in the US region, right? If it is in India, you deployed the application in India, so directly the network, so it will go from here to India to America, then you will get the pages, right? The same way.
Okay, okay, sir.
Understood? So this is the website facebook.com. This is in the region of US region, but hitting the people is India region only. You developed this, you build this servers in the US region, but the hitting people is only India people. Okay.
Okay,
But the
sir.
hitting people is India people. So again, if you click it right, it will go from India, then US, then it will get the pages. Right? There might be a network
Yes.
latency. Might be a network latency. That's the reason you are focusing on India regions, right? You can deploy it in India region only. Why we need to go for US region? Understood? If
Okay,
it is a
sir.
global, you can deploy anywhere. If it is a global, you can deploy anywhere. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Thank you. Now we are coming to EC2. What is EC2? Elastic Compute Cloud Services. What is the service, guys? So, what are the foundation services? What are the foundation services? Compute, storage, database, networking. What we are talking about? So, we are talking about the Amazon EC2. Understood? What is that? Compute service, storage service, EC2, database, compute, storage, database, networking. Okay. Yeah. What is the compute service? The compute service is EC2. EC2 is nothing but a VM. So, if you want a VM, yeah. So if you want this VM, if you want this server, so in AWS, what we call it as a EC2 instance. Guys, tell me, what is that? EC2 instance. A VM call it as a
Instance.
EC2. EC2 instance. What we call it as a EC2 instance. What is
Instance.
EC2? Elastic Compute Cloud. What is EC2?
Elastic Compute Cloud.
Very good. Elastic Compute Cloud. What is Elastic? Why Elastic? Elastic is nothing but a sorry. Elastic is nothing but a scale up and a scale down. Elasticity. What is that? Elasticity. What is that? Elasticity. Elasticity is nothing but a scale up and scale down. That is the reason they call it as a Elastic Compute Cloud. What is this? Elastic Compute Cloud. What is the service name we call it as a EC2, we call it as a guys. Speak out. What is EC2? EC2 is nothing but a EC2 is nothing but a
Elastic Compute.
cloud.
Elastic Compute Cloud.
Very good. So Amazon EC2. EC2 is the VM or a instance. So VM is nothing but a instance in AWS. Benefits of using AWS EC2. Amazon EC2 use cases. EC2 pricing model. Instance type. Amazon mission image. Selecting EC2 instance. AWS regions and availability zones. Launching Amazon EC2 instance step by step. Understood? So what is the agenda of this module 3? Elastic compute, elastic cloud compute or computing cloud, anything guys. Okay. Yeah. Introduction to Amazon EC2. Amazon EC2, which is also known as a Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud. What is that? Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud provides a resizable computing capacity in Amazon Web Services. It is a simple web service interface, allows you to obtain and configure capacity with a minimal friction. It provides what is this, guys? It provides you with the complete control of your computing resources and lets you run on Amazon Proven computing environment. EC2 is the core service of AWS Cloud Computing and launched in 2006. These are the virtual servers. What is this called as a virtual missions or virtual servers also called as a instances. So we can use these instances pay per use basis, pay per use model, pay as you go model. What are the benefits of using EC2? Easier and faster, elastic and scalable, high availability, cost effective. So typical use cases, application hosting, website, content delivery, e-commerce, media hosting, web hosting. So these customers will use the EC2 service. Okay, pricing model. So free tier usage, guys, what is that? So you guys can use the free tier usage, can sign up this AWS account. What is that? So we have a free tier usage for students to learn the AWS. What is that, guys? Guys, what is that? Free tier. Guys, free tier usage. So you guys can create your account in the AWS. You can work as the free tier account. So understood, guys?
Yes, sir.
One second, I will show you that. You guys can use our GitHub. I already pasted in the GitHub, right? So in that GitHub, sorry, slash Hare Krishna Cheruku DevOps. Oh, it's okay. AWS account creation, setup documentation. So you can download this. Yeah. Open this document. Yeah. Guys, able to see, right? Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
AWS account creation. Okay. So go to the aws.amazon.com. What is that? aws.amazon.com. So create an account. Click create account. Okay. So if you click the create account, so once you click the create account, sign up for the AWS. Okay. So verify email address. Step one, enter email and account name. The step two, go to the mail account verification code and paste it here. You can whatever the mail ID you provided, right? You can paste it here. So then verify it. Choose the personal radio button option to fulfill your details. So we need to provide the credit card or debit card information. They will they will chargeable are for 1 rupee or 2 rupees, guys. So use the debit card or debit card and fill. So it will charge 2 rupees for the verifications. Okay. Once you verified this here for the billing purpose, enter your contact details verification. Then enter verification code which you got the mobile. Choose free plan options. Then sign up for the AWS and congratulations. So you will. So this is the one, guys. You guys can just sign up your AWS account. Okay. So the document will be available in the AWS Cloud, Amazon, that AWS DevOps material. So just go to the here and so click here. It will download it. You guys can use it. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So 5 minutes break, guys. We'll connect from back. Okay.
Yes,
I
sir.
need to. Yeah. I need to
Okay, sir.
get some water. Okay. Yeah. Then
Okay,
we'll
sir.
continue.
Yes,
Hello? Yes, I'm back. Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now you understood, right? How to sign up your account. You guys can use it and sign up your account. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then AWS EC2 instance. So EC2 instance, the pricing model free tier usage. Now you understood, right? So free tier, AWS, free tier usage. Okay. So if you go here, AWS free tier usage. Yeah. So what is that free tier usage? Free tier account. Yeah, you see, guys. So you will get the Explorer usage, EC2, Amazon S3, RDS, DynamoDB, Lambda, Bedrock. Okay, this is the free tier usage. How many? So we can use. Okay, so we can use the 750 hours or something like that free tier usage. Okay, you can create your free tier account. Okay, you can create a sign up account. Then you can use the free tier. How we can use the free tier, I will tell you. On demand instances, reserved instances, top instances. Okay, charge for the instances. Types of instances. AWS instance type. Instance type is based on the, what is this? The CPU RAM. The CPU RAM combination of a CPU RAM is nothing but a instance type. What is that, guys? The combination of a CPU and RAM is nothing but a instance type. So this is the instance type. So what is that next? Instance type is nothing but if you take the T2 micro, T2 small, I will show you. This is right. So in the EC2 instances, if you click the instances, so launch EC2 instance. I have already created two instances. I'm trying to launch another instances, launch EC2 instances. Here you see, right, the instance type. What is the instance type? So instance type is T2 nano, T2 micro, T2 small, T2 medium, T2 large, T3 nano, AX large, C4 large, right? These all are the, so this instance type is the combination of CPU and memory. What is that? CPU and memory. Based on your use case, you can use it. And so initial that experimental time, startup time. Your company is a startup company. Time people are using only 10,000. You can use the, so how much GB RAM, CPU and memory uses, you can use it. Slowly you can increase. Slowly you can increase whenever the people is increases. The traffic is increases. You can increase automatically. Okay, this is the one benefit. Is it instances? So development environment. So what is the development environments, build servers, so code repositories, low traffic web applications, early product activants, small database they are using that one. Medium, X3, M3 medium, M3 large, M3 X large, these use cases, small and mid-sized databases, data processing tasks that are require additional memory, caches fleets and for running, backend servers for SAP, Microsoft SharePoint and other enterprise applications. Use cases, right? Now you understood? So based on that CPU RAM, if you took the R3 Raj, right, it will based on the CPU RAM will change it. Amazon Mission Image. What is Amazon Mission Image? So Amazon Mission Image is nothing but a server, right? Yeah, this is right. So this is the Amazon Mission Image. If you want to take the Windows Mission, Red Hat Mission, you see, guys. So whenever you use the right, a free tier eligible. If you use the free tier, then only we can access. So then only it will not chargeable. You guys can check the free tier. So everywhere it will be a free tier. Okay. So everywhere it will be a free tier launch instance. You see, guys. So T2 micro. So this is the free tier available. You see T2 micro, free tier eligible. What are the free tier eligible? And the storage, free tier eligible customers can get up to the 30 GB of a storage. Okay, you can use the free tier and you can use it. So it will not be chargeable, guys. So if you use the If you use apart from that feature, it will be chargeable and you will get the billing, guys. What you will get the bill and you need to pay the bill. Billing and cost management. What is that, guys? Billing and cost management. If you go to the billing and cost management, so it will pay per use basis, right? So you will get the yeah. So last month total bill is $17. So forecast month to date cost last month. So this is the billing date, guys. I used EC2 Elastic Container Service of Kubernetes. I am using EKS EC2, right? So this is the billing cycle where you used the billings will be generating. That cost will be that billing and cost management will be seeing here. Okay, that account EC2. Click the EC2 services. Right, AMI. So server template or a VM is complete with the pre-installed OS and optional softwares. AMI can be launched to create instances, a variety of pre-built AMI in the catalog. Existing AMIs can be customized and saved. So independent of the configuration, every AMI is uniquely and identified. So launching an Amazon EC2 instance step by step, what we need to choose a region, choose a availability zone, choose a AMI, choose instance type, choose a security config. Okay, how we can launch the EC2 instance, I will show you. Yeah. So once you log into the server, right? So this is your in which region you want to launch the instance. You want to launch the instance in the North Virginia region or Mumbai region. For example, so we are near to Mumbai region, right? I am clicking that region Mumbai and then go to the it will be Mumbai region. No instances. Click the instances, right? So if you click the instances, so then launch the instance. What you need? You need to click launch instance is nothing but a build the instance. Build the instance is nothing but a build the VM. Okay, launch instance. So you can provide instance name, for example, 360 degree, 360 degree. So what is that? You can use the browse AMI. Amazon Linux 2 is the free tier eligible. I'm selecting the free tier eligible. Okay. So then so instance type free tier. So this is I used and the instance type also uh, instance type T2 micro free tier eligible. Select the select the key pair. No need to select, guys. You can just create the key pair for connecting the server. So what is that PPK key pair? What is that 360 degree key pair? 360-degree key pair. So I want to create a key pair for connecting the server, guys. Okay. So network, I'm using as usual the same network and the storage. So this is the 8 GB of a storage. Then launch instance. You see, successfully initiated the launch EC2 instances. Go to here and click EC2 instances. Okay, click the EC2 instances. Yeah, you see 360-degree. It is pending. So right, it is initializing. The OS is initializing. You see now running. So running. Yeah. Once we create the instance, right? So this is the name of the instance. Instance ID will create. Instance state. So instance type. Status check. Alarms. Availability region. And public IP, private IP. The monitored and security group. Key name. And the last time and platform. Managed and operator. So once you click it, right, it will show the dashboard. What is this? So this is the dashboard of the server. These are all the details: instance ID, so public ID, private ID, public DNS, instance state, private IP DNS, instance type, PPSE, PPC ID. So everything will be created. Okay. Then status and alarm, monitoring, security. So security groups, guys. So security is the firewall group. So the networking and the storage. Storage means we took only 8 GB, right? That the tags. Understand? So if you get the information in this, if you get this information in this, understood? If you want to stop or start, You can use a stop instance, a reboot instance, terminate instance. Guys, so whenever your work is done, right, you guys can stop your instance. Otherwise, it will be chargeable. It will get the bill, guys. You will get the bills. Terminate is nothing but a so immediately delete. So immediately delete. So for example, I'm terminating this Linux, my Linux instance. You see here it is terminate. Terminate is nothing but a delete the instance. Delete the instance. I'm shutting down the instance. Okay, this is the another instance. Now this is the instance. So how you can connect this instance? We can stop the instance here, reboot the instance here, terminate the instance here. So right, so these are the actions, instance settings, networking, security, image, monitor, right? How to connect this server? So we can connect this server in three ways. One is EC2 instance connector. So there is directly open in the web console. So this is the SSH connector. So how we can connect with the SSH? Okay. So this is nothing but a connecting a public IP or the public IP. You see, connector. It will automatically connect to the web. It will automatically connect to the web, guys understood? Yeah, this is the Linux machine. Which Linux machine we installed, guys? So we installed the Amazon Linux. Amazon Linux, Red Hat Linux, whatever the Linux we can use, the same commands we can use it, guys. What is that? Cat slash etc os hyphen release. So you see, Amazon Linux is installed, right? So where you can install the Java Tomcat, and you can deploy your application here, right? So you know how to connect this server. You can connect this server through web, and we can connect through T also. What is this, guys? So Putty is the third party software. So we can connect the SSH. What it will provide the? It will provide the SSH access, guys. So what is our public IP? You can check the public IP of your IP address, either public IP or public DNS. You can use this public IP or public DNS. Yeah. So appearance is nothing but a change the font size. I want to change the font size to 18. Then go to the SSH auth in the credentials. You can use a private key. What the private key you created? You created this key because of this is the password. This is the password, and you see connect. So easy to connect. What is the entire username? What is the username? EC2 user is the username. So in most cases, the default username is EC2 is the correct. However, read your AMI usage instructions. Check AMI owner has changed to the default AMI username. The default AMI username is EC2 user. What is that, guys? The default username is EC2 user. How you can connect with this is yeah, accept. What is the username? EC2 user. Yeah, you see. So now I'm able to connect with my laptop. Okay, this is the Linux machine. Have you understood, right, guys? So why EC2 instance? So EC2 instance is nothing but a server. So EC2 instance is nothing but a server. Yes, understood. Yeah, now you guys are understood about the Linux. Nice. Now, so Linux. So what is the this is the Linux server. How you can operate this Linux? How you can operate this Linux, guys? How you can operate this Linux? By the commands only. By the commands only. Who developed the Linux? Who developed the Linux? How Linux came into the picture? I will tell you. Yeah, what is operating system, guys? As per the Wikipedia, an operating system is a system software that manages computer hardware and software resources and provide a common service of the computer programs. Okay, so in simple words, an operating system is a software that act as a middleman or a bridge between the computer hardware and the computer user. It provides a user interface or a controls to the computer hardware so that software can function. So right, so in simple terms, so types of operating system, desktop operating systems, Microsoft Windows, Mac, Linux, Ubuntu, server operating systems, Windows Server, Linux distributions like CentOS, Red Hat, and mobile operating systems like Android, iOS, Windows Mobile, embedded operating systems used in the device like routers, smart TVs, automobiles, home appliances, right? These are the embedded operating system. So real-time operating systems are used in the critical systems like medical equipment, ERCEUs and aerospace defense, network firewalls, home security systems. What is the server operating system? Server operating system is the Linux distribution, CentOS, Red Hat. Okay. So what is the Linux? Linux, in simple terms, it is a free and open source operating system. In simple terms, it is a free and operating system. It is similar to Windows, Mac, but different in the several ways. So Linux is a very popular for its stability, security, and flexibility. It can modified and distributed anyone, which has lead to many different versions known as distributions, and each distribution is tailored for different use cases. In open source, nature means that a community of developers and users contribute its development. What is a Linux? Linux, in simple terms, is a free and open source operating system. It's similar to Windows, Mac, but it several ways. Linux very popular for its stability, security, and flexibility. It can be modified and distributed by anyone, which has lead to many different versions such as distributions. Each distribution is tailored to different use cases. Open source nature means that the community developers and contributors, it's a development. So what is a Linux? Linux, in simple terms, it is a free and open source. Okay, so open source nature means the community of a developers can users contribute its development. While in Linux or it's an importance widely used in servers and cloud computing. So free software philosophy. So strong command line interface, faster processing, enhanced security, customization because of open source nature. So community support, understanding of the other operating systems. Okay, career opportunities. What is that? So career opportunities. Histories of a Linux. So before Linux, Unix developed in 1970 at a ATN Bell Labs by Ken Thompson and Dennis Ritchie. So right, GNU project. So in 1983, there is a GNU project. Richard Stallman. So Richard the then Linux came into the picture. So in 1991, 21 years old. So Finland student Linus Torvald. Who is that, guys? 1991, 21 years old Finland student Linus Torvald developed that Linux. August 2025, 1991, Minix news group is created. He created the Minix Minix OS. So Minix news group, I am doing free operating system. Just hobby, won't be big and professional like no. So version 0.01 September in 1991, not functionality released to the public. So the version 00 later in 1991 functional combined with the utilities from the group project. History of the Linux before Linux. So right, history of 1919, a 21 years old Finland student named as Linus Torvald. In August 2025, Linus announced his project on the Minix news group. I'm doing a free open source operating system. Then version is released. Then version is released. Okay. So in 1980, the Linux rapidly evolved through the collaboration over the internet. Right. So it's widely used the Linux. Slightly used the Linux. So early 1990s, like Linux rapidly evolved through the collaboration over the internet. In 1994, Linux was released with 170K lines of code. And so total lines of code. So what is the architecture of the Linux? So now you understood, right? What is the architecture? The architecture of the Linux is this is the hardware. This is our server. So on top of the server, there is a kernel is installed. On top of the kernel, so we use the shell. So what is that, guys? So this is right. This is a shell. Echo dollar shell. Sorry, guys. What is this, guys? Which shell we use? So bin bash. By default, a bash shell will be using. What this is as the black screen is nothing but a shell. So Linux will be a CLI, or Windows will be GUI. How we can interact with this Linux? We can interact with this Linux through CLI only. How we can interact with this OS? So we can interact with this Linux OS through CLI only. What is this hardware, kernel, shell, and applications? So whatever the applications we are using it, right? The Tomcat or Java installations, we can install it in the applications. You guys understood the architecture of the Linux? Okay. Now, how you can interact with the Linux? You can interact with the Linux through commands only. How you can interact with the Linux, guys? So, what is that, guys? Linux OS is popular for multi-user operating system. What is that? So it is a multi-user operating system. So what is GUI and CLI? What is GUI, guys? Does anyone knows what is GUI? Guys?
Graphical.
Yeah, graphical user interface. So what is that? All Microsoft OS are GUI. All Microsoft OSs are GUI. What is CLI? Command line
Command line.
interface. Means Linux is CLI. What is the OS, guys? So Linux is a CLI OS. What is that? Linux is, you see, guys, command line. How you are interacting with this OS? Through commands only. Guys, understood? Very good. Why Linux is popular? It's a portable. So within 8 GB we install the Linux, right? Linux portable. Because of why? So we install this OS. So the GUI OS is GUI means graphical user interface. So Windows is developed with the help of images, minimize, maximize, all these are images. So if we keep the image in the software, right? The definitely we need a more OS, more hardware, more storage to deploy the install the OS, more storage. So that's the reason Linux is portable and Linux highly secure. Linux is highly secure and it's a CLI and what is that, guys? Easy to maintenance and open source. What is this, guys? Open source is nothing but a free of cost, and second one is nothing but a source code also available. Source code also available. Yes, understood? What is open source and commercial? All Microsoft products are commercial means need to buy the license before to use. So open source is nothing but a free of cost and source code also available. So what is a source code? Application source code means developers develop that code for the application building. That is nothing but a source code. Software source code means an example of a developer the OS. They wrote some code for building the OS, right? So I have a Facebook code. What I can do, I can modify the Facebook code as a book face and I will release as a website, something like a book face. Right? Guys, understood? Guys, understood?
Yes.
Yeah. So the architecture also understood, right? The architecture also understood.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that Linux architecture. So hardware, Dell PowerEdge, kernel. It is a core component of the Linux operating system. It is responsible to execute our commands. It is responsible to interact with the hardware components. Memory allocation, process allocation will taken care by the kernel. So what is a shell? It is a outer layer of the Linux operating system. Shell act as an interface between user and kernel. Shell is a software program that allows you to interact and access a computer. User can enter the commands in the shell prompt, which will be executed by the shell. Since the only means of communication through shell is text. What are the text? MKDAR, PAPW, it is known as a command line interface. So what is a shell? By default, Linux uses the bash shell. What is that? Bash. So how do you know which shell is using in the operating system? Echo dollar shell. We already showed, right? Bash shell. So file system hierarchy. When we install the OS, a default folder structure will be created. That folder picture will be /u/o to home, boot to etc user, opt, bin, sbin, dev, var, media, mnt. What this is, guys? This is the when we install the launch the OS, right? A default file structure will be created cd/ls. You see, bin, boot, etc, home, dev, mnt, opt, proc, root, sbin, or tempo, usr, var. These all are the default structure will be created while installing the OS, right? What are those structures? So what is the slash? Slash is the top level directory and it's a parent directory for all the directories. Slash root is the home directory for the root user. Slash home is it is a home directory for the normal users. Slash boot. It contains a bootable files like Linux, VM, Linux. How we can install, how we can start the Linux by using in the blat. So /boot. At AC, it contains a configuration files like /etc password, all these things. Users are the by default softwares are installed by in the user directory. OPT is an optional directory and third party softwares will be installed under this directory. It contains a commands used by the user root director. SBIN is nothing but it also contains a commands which is used by the root user. It contains a device, hard disk information. It contains a variable there like logs, mail logs, DVD, ROM, and USB pen drives. Okay, so these all are the commands, guys. So these all are the Linux file system hierarchy. Linux, so file system hierarchy. Understood, right? Yeah, yeah. So what this is, guys? This is a user prompt. So root at the rate vbox. So this is the user prompt. Sudo su switching to root user. What this is, guys? This is a user prompt. This is the user prompt. Root at the rate host name tilt hash. So what is the one? One is nothing but a login name as a root. The second one is the so this is the host name. What this is, guys? This is a host name. Okay. So tilt showing the present working directory where you are. This is the command. Okay. And user profile. So user profile is nothing but a /privileged mode. Root user can execute any command. So we have a normal user privileged mode and we have a root user privileged mode and a normal user privileged mode. What is that? Root user and normal user privileged mode. Basic commands, file and directory handling tools. So who am I? Who logged in? What is the server, guys? Who am I? Yeah, who am I? Who logged into the server as a root user? Okay, exit. It will come out from the root user. Who am I? EC2 user. So who means how many users are logged in as a EC2 user? EC2 user. Okay. Yeah. So ls command, it will list the files and directories. What is that? ls command, it will list the files and directories. ls is nothing but a nothing. Yeah. cd dot or sudo su cd/etc. Okay, these all are the list of files and directories. Guys, does anyone are you finding what is a file, what is a directory, guys? In Linux, we call it as a directory. In Windows, we call it as a folder. Folder is nothing but a directory in Linux, guys. What we call it in the Linux? So we call it as a directory. A folder is nothing but a directory in the Linux. Yes, understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So how do you figure out if it is a file or directory? How do you figure out if it's a file or directory? So I'm unable to see, right? This is a file or file directory. But in the Windows, so we can directly see, yeah, this is the folder, this is the file, right? But in Linux, it's a CLI, so we cannot see what is a folder, what is a directory. So we can see by using ll command or ls-lrt. What is that? ll command. All right. So what is ll? So you see, so the starting letter hyphen is nothing but a file. The starting letter D is nothing but a directory. The starting letter L is nothing but a link file. Guys, D is nothing but a directory. Hyphen is nothing but a file. L is nothing but a link file. Understood? Yeah. So we can use ls command to list out all the files and directories present in the given directory. So ll or ls-lrt, it will show the D is nothing but a directory, L is nothing but a link file, hyphen is nothing but a file. Has understood? So we can get manual documentation for any commands. Once
Sir, you are unmuted.
guys are able to hear. Hello, guys are able
Yes,
to
sir.
hear. Yeah. So shall we continue up to
Yes.
1:30 or something like? Shall we take a break for lunch and then we'll come back at 2 p.m. Is it okay fine to continue with the until 1:30 or something like?
Yeah, it's okay, sir.
It's okay, right, guys? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Sir.
So okay.
Okay, sir.
So now you
Shall we continue 1 p.m.?
yes. Okay. 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 Yep. Thank you. So now you understood, right? What is a file? What is a directory? Hyphen is nothing but a file. D is nothing but a directory. L is nothing but a link file. Now you understood. So what is a file? What is a directory? What is a L? So right in the architecture, what is that uname hyphen R, uname hyphen A? So it will show the kernel version. Okay. Yeah. This is important for you guys. Make a directory and what is that? Make a directory. You want to create a directory. So for example, in the so in this folder, you can create how you can create a folder. Just click
Right
the no,
click.
right click on folder. It will automatically create the folder, right? But in everything in the command, how you can create the directory? mkdir 360 degree. What is that, guys? 360 degree. Okay. Yes. ls. Yeah. 360-degree directory is created. How you can create the 360-degree? So you can create the 360 degree by using 360-degree. How you can connect to this, guys? 3cd. CD is nothing but a change directory. 360. Guys are able to hear? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes.
yeah, now I'm entering into the 360 degree. Okay, so I will tell you. Now you understood, right, how to create a directory. So in which directory you are working on, pwd is the command. What is the command? In which directory you are working on it? You are working on it in the root 360 degree directories. But here, so
Oh, the
in which
path.
directory you are working? Yeah, the folder path. So this is the folder path like where you are. So this is the folder path for working. Understood, guys? Guys, understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, very good. So right, how to create a directory? mkdir, something like 360 degree. 360 degree, we can create the degree. So we want to create a multiple directories at a time. Class 1, class 2, class 3. So we want to create a one directory at a time. We want to create a multiple directories at a time. So mkdir day 1 to 30. It will create a day 1 to day 30 directories. I will show you this one. mkdir. Okay, you see. How many directories created? It will create 30 directories at a time. Right? It will create 30 directories at a time. Understood? So CD is nothing but a change directory. CD directory name, CD, something like a 360 degree. What is that? 360 degree. So you want to go to that, for example, root to batch, batch 1, batch 2, batch 3. Same like you want to go, you can use the CD. CD you can go any number of times. Same like is here. So something like git. So right. You want to go to Linux, new folder. So right, the way you can directly go, you can provide the CD. CD dot dot is nothing but a come to one step back. CD dot dot slash is nothing but a come to two steps back. CD dot dot slash come to two, three step backs. Go to the last working directory, go to the user home directory. So how many way we can execute the commands in shell prompt? We can execute the command prompt in two ways, absolute path and relative path. So what is absolute path? We can execute any command in anywhere. So same like this. So same like we can execute the command. So relative path means we need to go to that path and execute the command. Okay. So we need to go to that path and execute the commands. As of now, we know only the so how to handle the commands. So something like notepad are files, text files are documents. How we can operate the documents in the Linux? So we can operate the documents in the Linux in three ways. What is that? Touch, we can create the file without data. So cat, we can read the file from the given documents. So VIM, we can create the file, modify the file and read the file. What is that? Touch command we can create without data. Touch file name. Touch 360 degree. What is that, guys? Touch 360 degree. Okay. So cat file name. So we can read the file. So I will show you this one. Okay. CD slash TC. TOUCH. Touch Hari.txt. What is that? Touch Hari.txt. Yeah. File is created. File is created without data. Is there any data is there? Nothing is there, right? So something like I want to read the content. Cat slash it slash where log messages. For example, DNF cat DNF. See guys, how to read the file by using cat command. How to read the file by using cat command. So I want to create a file. How you can create a file in this guys? Just right click, new text document, hari.txt. But how you can create, how you can modify, how you can write the files here, right? You can use vi command. Vi hari 360 degree.txt. Okay. Insert press I. Okay, I'm writing it and saving it, copy it. Okay. Cat 360 degree. Okay. Are able to read the file, right? So you can use for creating the file. VI cat is nothing but a read the file. So VI is nothing but a creating the file and read. So we can create, modify the files. We're having command mode, insert mode, and execution mode. Okay, head. So if you use the cat, right, it will display everything. I don't want to display everything. It will be display top 10 lines. You can use the head. So tail, it will display the bottom 10 lines. You can use the tail. Grep, I want to search the any file. I want to search the file. It will be search for the given string and display the entire line. Grep -i error messages. Okay. So this will error messages. It will check the error messages. It will display the pages or documents by line, page by page without not showing the less. So we can use the more. It will show the percentage. Okay. So finds the file. So you can use this guys. I will upload this document. You can use it and you can execute this command. So file and directory handling tools. What are the file and directory handling tools? The file and directory handling tools are copy. What is that? So copy and move and the remove files. How you can copy, how you can remove, and how you can move the files. Okay. What is the copy? Copy is nothing but to copy a file or directory from one location to another location. So the original file will not delete. The original file will not delete, but the it will copy the file. So copy source options destination. Hyphen option is nothing but hyphen R is nothing but a recursive. Hyphen E is nothing but a verbose, and hyphen P is nothing but a properties. What is that? To copy the directory. To see the output, don't alter the properties. Okay, cphari.txt, something like durga.txt. It is copying the content with a new name. So durga.txt, and it will move to the temp directory. cp-r. So this is temp opt. So what this is? So cp-v durga and temp class. This is okay. So move. So move can show you something like a three ways. One is rename the file, move the file, and hide and unhide the files. Guys, mute yourself. Harish Mudda. Yeah, guys. So move command, we can use the move command, rename the file or directory, move the file or directory, hide and unhide the files. What is that, guys? So we can use a move command, rename file or directory, move file or directory, hide and unhide file or directory. Okay, what is that? I want to rename the file. How you can rename it, guys? You just click it. You just click it and right click it and so rename the file. Right? Just rename the file. So here, if you click the rename, right, it will rename it. But how we can rename the file in the directory in the Linux? Move just durga.txt as a ari.txt. This is renaming. Move tmt as a tomcat, moving this directory. So this durga.txt and opt, it is also moving. Okay. So durga.txt and as a dot durga.txt, it is a hiding. So before the file or directory, you keep it as a dot, it will be hiding. Unhide means we can remove the file. In the source, in the destination, we can put the dot is nothing but a hiding. In the source, we can put the dot is nothing but a unhiding. Okay, I want to remove or delete the files, folders, right? How you can delete it? Just click it, right click, delete. It will delete the file. But here, how you can delete? By commands only. It is used to deleting the file or directory. rm options file or directory. So hyphen r, hyphen f is nothing but a forcefully. Hyphen r is nothing but a recursively. Rm class 1. If you don't want to use hyphen f, it will asking the yes or no. Rm hyphen rf, the class will not ask the yes or no. So rm hyphen rf star means everything. So rm hyphen rf day 3 star. So it will delete the 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39 up to 39. If it is a 40, it will not delete the 40. So rm-rf hari.txt, durga.txt, my31. Right? So how many? So we can delete the number of directories and files at a time. You can delete the number of files and directories at a time. So what is command changing? So what is a command changing? As of now, you are running only one command at a time, but I want to run multiple commands at a time. So you can use the colon and R. So we use these three symbols and we run the multiple commands at a time. So colon, we can execute the multiple commands at a time. ls com colon Durga colon mkdir Hari colon. Okay, it will execute the and command. It executes the second command if the first command is successful. So or it executes the second command if the first command fails. Pipe, it will grab the pipe. It will grab the pipe. Guys, understood? So this is nothing but a command. So what is this df-ht? What is this, guys? df-ht. So what is df-ht? What is the space is available? Is it to iPhone user? df-ht. So we took 8 GB, right? 8 GB is the 8 GB. So this is the storage information, the process information. So top is nothing but a monitoring. How much CPU utilization, memory utilization, memory utilization, how many uptime is the 38 minutes ago, how many users are connected, 4 users, load average, and the CPU utilization, memory utilization, we can see it. So a root user and PID. PID is nothing but a parent ID. So these services are working in these people. Okay, the services are working on these people. So something like how we can check system CTL status HTTP. The service yum install HTTP. Okay, super. Yum install. Now you can install the package in the Linux. Yum install HTTPD. Right, this way you can install it. Yes, right? Yeah. Mm, install systemctl. How to start the server? Status HTTP. This is the web server. HTTP Apache web server. How to start this is start HTTP. Okay. ls status. Yeah, you see active and running. Okay. I want to deploy application. VS var www.html. Security. Go to security. Inbound rules. Security. Edit inbound rules. the public IP address. What I want to do, system stl star. What do I do? Yeah. You see, so this is the website. For example, 80. Yeah, it works. Understood, guys? The website Apache website is installed. For example, you install the website and you keep it in this something like the index.html slash index.html here. You see, so this is the website. So whatever the website you are installing, right? This is the way you can install the website. Okay, you can upload your pages in the var www.html. It will upload it. Understood, guys? That ways not possible. Okay, so this is nothing but a Linux, guys. This is nothing but a Linux. Now you understood, right? How to use the Linux. So the next is yeah. So what is that? Simple storage services. So understanding the storage in AWS, different types of storage in AWS. What is Amazon S3? Functions and concept of S3, advantages and disadvantages of S3, requirement for S3, understanding pricing of S3, creating and managing S3 buckets, creating and managing objects in the S3, uploading objects to S3, deleting the buckets and deleting the objects. Right? You just what you did, you installed the you launched the EC2 instance with 8 GB. 8 GB is enough. What is that? So 1 second, guys. Guys, yeah, now you understood. So we launched the 8 GB, but you deployed the application Facebook or whatever the application, they will be write it in the logs. So right from login to logout, they will write the developers will write the logs because of so if there is something goes wrong, right, it will be capture easily. So for that purpose, we need to storage. What is the storage? A storage is a automatically scale. So what is that S3? What is that simple storage service? What is S3 is? So understanding the storage service, different types of storages. So what functions in Amazon S3? Functions and concept of S3, advantages and disadvantages of S3, requirements of S3, understanding pricing. Okay. Storages are available in AWS, Amazon S3 storage, scalable storage in the cloud. Okay, Amazon Glacier, Amazon EBS, EC2 instant storage, import, export, storage gateway, Amazon CloudFront, SQS, RDS, DynamoDB, Elastic Cache, Redshift. So for this purpose, we are using the S3. Amazon Simple Storage is a storage of the internet. For the internet, we can use Amazon S3 to store and retrieve the any amount of the data at any time for anywhere on the web. So we can accomplish these tasks using the AWS Management Console, which is simple and intuitive web interface. What is that? Sign up for Amazon S3, create a bucket, add an object to a bucket, view an object, move an object, delete an object. Object is nothing but either image, video, whatever it may be, guys. So object is nothing but a file. Remote data store, low cost, pay as you go, no upfront cost, high availability, high bandwidth. So what are the features? They are providing 99% of 9% durability, availability, designed to support concurrent data failure to physical facilities. So March 2006 launched to simple storage service. Functions and concepts. So allow you to unlimited storage objects. Object consists a way of raw object, and objects are stored in retrieve using developer access key. Data are kept in secured form unauthorized access. Objects can be made available to public. All objects are stored in a bucket. A bucket is simply as a container for the objects. It is used for the partition the namespace objects, the highest level. Buckets are similar to internet domain names. They are accessed via internet also. Okay, advantages. Scalability, availability, unlimited storage, inexpensive, data is accessible from any location since it is based on the Amazon. Pricing, charges for the using S3 is based on the location for our buckets. You are billed according to the storage, data transfer, and out of the number request per month. There is no minimum fee usage S3. The pay is only when used. You can view your current charges include incurred almost immediately on the S3 portal. What is a bucket? A bucket is a basic storage unit of Amazon EC2. It is a single level container and it is based on the key object. Okay. Bucket is a collection of objects, globally unique ID, A to Z, max per 100 buckets usage, no limit number of buckets. So buckets are equivalent to directories. Bucket is nothing but a directories, single common namespace. Bucket, but bucket names can be include slash, objects equivalent to files up to 5 GB, identification key, best practice and so is DNS compatible and blob, don't care about the file formats, metadata maximum. How to access the S3 bucket? You can directly go to the and you can directly use it S3 bucket. Here you can directly click the S3. What is that? S3. So in the S3, so this is the storage bucket. What you can do, guys? You can directly okay. So these are the buckets, general purpose buckets, create a bucket, right? So this is my test bucket. Okay. So these are the objects. If you want, you can upload the objects or this. This is the meta project. So that you can store the buckets. Security in S3, access control list, bucket policy, key authentication. Okay. Create a bucket. How to create a bucket? You just provide the bucket name. So we can upload the buckets. Okay. So this is the bucket. We can just upload the buckets. So virtual private cloud. What is a virtual private cloud? Understanding the network, TCP, IP addressing, understanding the network in AWS, subnet and AWS communications, internet gateways, routing cables, security groups and ACLs, CloudFront, Route 53, VPN, VPC, and direct connect load balancing, auto scaling. Okay, so you already know the OSA layers, right, guys? Physical layer, link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, application layer. You already learn from your BTech. You already know the right the link layers. So link layer includes the device drivers and network interface card. Network layers handles the movable of the packets. Transport layers is nothing but providing reliable flow of data between two hosts. Application layer is handle the details of a particular application. IP are responsible for end-to-end transmission, sends data in individual packets. Maximum size of packet is determined by network's fragmentation is too large. So unreliable packets might be lost, corrupted, duplicated, delivered, and ordered. So IPv4, we have a 4 bits. So routing, so it will be you are using routers, right? Application address, IP packet. Okay. So NAT is nothing but a local, bridge is nothing but a outside of the network, how we can connect the VP best configuration practices. Okay. Create a VPC, how you can create the subnets. So right, internet gateways, routing tables. You don't need these guys, just you need to know what is a VPC, right? Understood, guys? Okay. Yep, guys. So now you understood, right? Yeah. So what is that? VPC, storage, and RDS. So what is the RDS, guys? RDS is nothing but a relational database. Relational database service. What is the service? RDS service. What is the RDS service, guys? So right, you see Aurora RDS, Kinesis, RDS services, Amazon RDS. Yeah. So RDS is nothing but a relational database service. So whatever the RDS, they will create as a. So Amazon related database service is a web service that makes it easier to set up and operate a scale relational database in the AWS clouds, provides a cost efficient, resizable capacity for industry standards, relational database and manage common database and administration tasks, guys. So what are the advantages of a RDS? Amazon RDS is a managed database service. It's responsible for most management tasks by eliminating ADS manage process and RDS features if you to focus on your application, your users. So you can use the database engine. So comparison of the responsibility with the Amazon EC2 and the on-premises deployment, right? So we can use the RDS databases to store the databases. So if you use Oracle instances or a Postgres or a MySQL, so whatever it may be, guys, you can use it. So this is the a diagram of DNS resolution. So once we click the www.facebook.com, it will read the request to the internet gateway. From the internet gateway to, so we can go to the elastic load balancing. From the load balancing to, it will connect to the application server, facebook.com or whatever it may be. So it's underlying this one, it will automatically talk to the databases whenever you sign up the account, right? So in the application server, it will talk to the database server. It will store the database server. The data will be database server. So what is a elastic load balancing? That load balancer to load the data, application servers, the RDS instances, right? So whatever the DB instances, you can use the DB instance to store the data. Understood, guys? So this is the architecture. What this is? This is the architecture for the your entire application. VPC, region, VPC, availability zone, and the application server, private public subnets. Under the subnets, the private it will connect to application servers to database, and the public it will connect to the outside of the network. Guys, understood? Guys,
Yes.
yeah, I already told you, right, guys? You guys can go through my YouTube account. I will upload whatever the recordings, right? I will upload this recording in this YouTube channel, guys. You guys can subscribe, and there is a playlist called as a blue 360 degrees, guys. You guys can watch that. If you want to learn more, you guys can watch it on that playlist, Blue J Technology, that 360 degrees playlist. Okay, you guys go to the playlist. There is a playlist called as a 360 degrees fresh Linux AWS freshers or something like you can use this 360 degrees 12 videos and 60 videos and 17 videos. So you guys can watch this, right, you will understand thoroughly that AWS and Linux. So if you guys going to learn AWS DevOps, so you guys from there is a zero to hero sessions. You guys can watch these sessions. These all are the free of cost, guys. Freely available. You guys want to, you can check it. If you want to see the
Yes.
shorts, so for hours. guys. I discussed the Linux commands in over the here, guys. So you can watch those commands. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Sir,
Well,
a small doubt.
hmm.
Sir, what we have to, which concept we have to learn as a fresher? Interviewer, what expects from us? Which
Yeah. What?
concepts he will
Yeah,
expect
yeah.
from
The
us?
basic foundational services, right? I already show you to you the foundational
Yes, sir.
services. So what are the
Mm.
foundational services? Compute, storage, network, and the database. What is
Yes,
database?
sir.
RDS. What is network? VPC. What is storage? S3. What is compute? EC2. And the basic cloud, right? Every cloud is using cloud services, cloud providers, and cloud environments, public, private, IaaS, PaaS, SaaS, cloud providers, AWS, Azure, GCP, Oracle Cloud,
Yes, sir.
right? This basic is enough,
Yes,
guys.
sir.
As a fresher, they will ask these foundational services and the basic Linux and that core features of the cloud computing. Now you understood, right?
Yes.
How cloud came come into the picture. What is the Linux? How developed the Linux? Who developed the Linux? Who developed the Amazon? So what are the core features? These are the core
Yes,
features,
sir.
foundational service. If you know the foundational service, right, it will be good enough to get the job as a fresher.
Yes, sir.
Understood?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Well, so wind up this show. So if you have any doubts, you guys can reach out that YouTube channel and watch that video. So you will be able to understand. So there is a playlist called Freshers Guys, 360-degree Freshers. It will be a 17 videos. So that will be conducted by the 360-degree only. So you guys can go through that recordings, right? It will be very helpful to you guys. Since 17 videos means it will be a 17 hours. If you watch that 17 hours, right, you will get a good knowledge.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Mhm. Make sure subscribe the channel, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Thank you.